News, sports, entertainment. Top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
I feel like we have a very strong squad to match any country. And I don't see like a really big thing to us. But I know we respect them. They are doing well, even top in the group. But I feel like even though it's going to be a tough game tomorrow, but I feel like we're going to come out strong, yeah. You know, every game has its own plan. You say you might be watching against them, against Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and some other thing. But you know, when it comes to Nigeria, it's different approach. And likewise, other countries coming to play against Nigeria. Like I said, it's going to be a tough game tomorrow. But I really feel that we're going to win that game.
Super Eagles goalkeeper Chief Stanley Nwabali. They call him MON. Some call him Stanley Bobo. Well, he was speaking yesterday, right there in South Africa ahead of today's game. That was why you were hearing tomorrow. But hey, remember, whatever that was tomorrow, yesterday is happening today. So whatever you want to achieve today, you should have planned yesterday, because that tomorrow yesterday is today. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. You're welcome to Kickoff Sports Show, live on Solutions 93.9 FM here in the city of Ibadan. Remember, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, will be making their situation count in qualifying for the FIFA World Cup. I almost said Club World Cup, but it is the FIFA World Cup. Remember, qualifiers. And, a lot of people are still talking about the point deduction. We'll listen to Sunday Olise, his verdict and his thoughts also in the course of the show, as we'll also be listening to Eric Shaw as well on his thoughts and plans for today's game. I'm not the only one in the studio this morning. Gans is in the building with his checker shirt and looking at somebody that is in Bloemfontein. I don't know if he likes South African girls or Nigerian girls. Good morning first. South African girls or Nigerian girls?
Good morning, young striker.
Before you say good morning, I said just give me the answer before you say good morning.
You know what the South African girls get now?
I don't know what they get.
Okay. Well,
do they have points?
I'm a Nigerian.
So
Nigeria all the way.
Nigeria all the way?
Yeah, Nigerian ladies.
So you can now greet me good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, young striker. And good morning to our listener out there. Feels good to be back on the radio this Tuesday morning. And not just a Tuesday morning, a day where the Super Eagles will file out for a crunch fixture against the Bafana of South Africa. Honestly, it's a very, very big game for Nigeria after they struggled, to win against Rwanda. And one thing is on the line, that ticket to go play at the next edition of the FIFA World Cup. A victory for South Africa today means South Africa would get a ticket. But if Nigeria should win in South Africa today, that would throw the group open. And hopefully, if we get a little bit of luck here and there, maybe the Super Eagles will be in America, Mexico, and Canada next year, 2026.
Well, Donald Trump doesn't really like Africans, so most especially was what President Bola Tinubu said some days ago, saying he doesn't care what Donald Trump is doing. The economy is better.
The president of America does not even have a choice, because regardless of his policies or whatever it is he's doing, 10 African countries will be at the next edition of the World Cup.
All right, now looking at the table at the moment, South Africa is leading with 16 points. Nigeria is second with 10 points.
Nigeria third.
Nigeria is third. Benin Republic is second with 11 points. Now, looking at this, even should the points be deducted, 3 points be deducted from South Africa's points, don't you think it will favor Benin Republic more than Nigeria?
No, I think if they should deduct the 3 points, it will go to Rwanda. Yeah, because it was in the game between South Africa and Rwanda, that was where the ineligible player was fielded. So I think the 3 point deduction will go in favor of Rwanda. That would make their point tally, get to 11 points. So that will be at par with Benin Republic. By the end of the day, I feel like it's still going to favor Nigeria a little bit, because the points left, the deficit left between Nigeria and South Africa would be smaller. So Nigeria will be able to catch up if they can win today's game. If Nigeria should win today, that would be 13 points for them.
Ganzi.
And South Africa would also be on 13 points if that deduction happens.
You know what I'm looking at here, right? I don't know why people are not talking about Benin Republic. I'm talking about Nigeria, Rwanda. Look at the goal. Although maybe 0 goals for Benin Republic because they conceded 7 and scored 7.
Yeah.
Right, but look at the opportunities. Just like if Nigeria was to be on that second spot, right? But Benin Republic is there. People are just taking their eyes off Gunnar Ross' side.
Yeah, I feel like the reason is because of pedigree. South Africa, Nigeria, those are the two big nations in that group. So the focus would always be on them, but not in the right of Benin Republic. Like you said, they've got an outside chance as well. Even Rwanda have got an outside chance, and you could see the way they showed up in that game against the Super Eagles. They knew they could still do it. They had the belief in them. By the end of the day, Tolu Kudare, got to go for Nigeria. But by and large, I feel like it's a battle between Nigeria and South Africa, realistically, honestly. Benin Republic, Rwanda, they would only try, but I don't think the tickets would go their way.
Okay, Gazi, yeah, you can be the sports wizard today. But remember, guys, Kickoff Sports Show is live on Solutions 93.9 FM. You can also join the conversation. We're live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Let us get your predictions this morning, and let us also know how you feel. Morocco is already through. Tunisia as well. Yeah. North African countries, maybe they know how to do this job well. We're going to break, and when we come back, we go straight to tennis and talk about Carlo Alcaraz pulling out of Major tournaments as Novak Djokovic and more. And after that, we'll look at football improper. Do not go anywhere.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
9:07 is the time. Kickoff Sports Show is a show at the station. The Solutions 93.9 FM. We are sounding on your airwaves in your radio at the moment. 93.9 is the dial. Remember, you can also stream and listen to us online via Radio Garden. Type Solutions 939 FM. And you can download our app via Google Play Store. Type Solutions 939 FM. Download the app and you listen on the go. Jump on the Facebook fan page, YouTube channel, Solutions 939 FM. Now, let's talk about Jack Draper, who's injured and out of the season. Look at how he was able, he was forced to withdraw from the US Open. And let's talk about Novak Djokovic as well, who has withdrawn from the Davis Cup. He's not the only one. Carlo Alcaraz has also pulled out of that tournament. He won't be representing Spain. Novak Djokovic will not be representing Serbia and some other key names.
Well, honestly, the Grand Slams are done and dusted already for the year 2025. So those players will now start picking their game in preparation for next tennis season. That will be in the year 2026. But for Djokovic, he's old already. I keep saying that. And you saw the way he was actually beaten by Carlo Alcaraz in the semi-final of the US Open. It was not like it was not good. In terms of quality, he has it, but it was just overstretched and he could not cope with the intensity of that particular clash. So I think it needs the rest, and that was why he had to withdraw from the Davis Cup. And not representing Serbia does not mean they are not going to, go far. They've got a couple of other tennis stars from that country as well. So it's just an avenue to, give the young ones the chance to also bring themselves into limelight. And for Carlos Alcaraz, man who played the US Open from the first round up until the final, he eventually won it. He also, need to give him the chance to rest because he's tired. He's been, playing multiple competitions, this tennis season. So I think it's good for both of them. Let them go relax, let them go rest, and see what the 2026 tennis season will look like for them. But the sad one for Spain is because their second player in that country, number 2 in Spain, that's Alejandro Davidovich Fokina, is also out of the Davis Cup. So Carlos Alcaraz will not be there. Fokina also not there, so I don't know how Spain would actually do it in the Davis Cup, but it's not a major tournament, like I said. It's just one of those preparatory games, ahead of the next tennis season. So let's wait and see what Carlo Alcaraz and Djokovic will do next year.
All right, if that's the situation, we wish those guys a quick recovery and balance as well. But let's look at what is happening in Europe. Talking basketball this morning, we've got games going down. Turkey against Poland, that is going down by 4 o'clock. Lithuania will be up against Greece by 7 o'clock today. And remember, we still have more knockout games. Finland to take on Georgia and Germany against Slovenia. So it is not only about AfroBasket. But let's move away from that and let's talk about the NPFL. The second half of the show, talking football. It was a disappointing outing for teams in the NPFL over the weekend. For some teams, they are yet to pick a point. The likes of Plateau United, 3 losses back to back. And, champions NPFL last season. Remo Stars is number 1 on the NPFL log. A wrap-up of match day 3, and we come back to talk more.
News, sports, entertainment, top 100 music on your Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 93.9.
Do not touch that dial.
Champions Remo Stars returned to the summit of the NPFL log following a 1-0 victory over visitors Warri Wolves in Abeokuta in the matchday 3 encounter, while 3SC of Ibadan continued their disappointing run at home with another draw against visiting Ikorodu City at the Lake Salami Stadium at Damasigba, Ibadan. And Wiki Tourists of Bauchi defeated Abia Warriors 1-0. In other week 3 games decided over the weekend, former champions Plateau United lost their third consecutive game of the season in a 2-0 away defeat to Enugu Rangers. The northern side is placed 20th on the league log with 0 points from 3 games. Niger Tornadoes ended Bayelsa United's unbeaten run in the league with a 1-0 victory at the Bako Kotangora Stadium, Minna. Kwara United defeated Kun Khalifa 2-0 and Katsina United edged Kano Pillars 1-0. Enyimba FC of Aba and Nasarawa United settled for a barren draw, the same scoreline between El Kanemi Warriors and Rivers United, while Barao FC and Bendel Insurance played out a 1-1 draw.
Well, you got a wrap up of the NPFL match day 3. Positions changed. Goals scored, I think a total of 12 goals scored in the match day 3 of the NPFL. So, with a change in position, remember last season the first and second position was more of Remo Stars Rivers United at some point. I think at some point, Shooting Stars was on.
Yeah, they were also in the second position.
Like shooting like Manchester United last season, being the 15th position. And but someone sent me a message yesterday, that was Pastor Akinfe was saying that like Shooting Stars, like Arsenal. Let me see if I can get that message. But I mean, looking at how the situation went in the NPFL.
Well,
looking at Plateau United, a team struggling.
Yeah, Plateau United, the Peace Boys, I don't know why they're not having peace at this point in time. 28th on the log, no point recorded yet. They've played 3 games so far. They've lost every game they've played this season, and I think it's not good enough. Based on pedigree, they are one of the household clubs in the NPFL. But the biggest winners over the weekend definitely should be Remo Stars. Even though it was just a lone goal victory for them, by the end of the day, that was enough to put them to the summit of the league standing. And the biggest surprise was Shooting Stars, Ikorodu City. It ended 1 goal apiece. Honestly, I could have stuck my neck out for Shooting Stars to get all 3 points. I don't know. The cards, were pointed to Shooting Stars getting all the victory, all the 3 points. By the end of the day, Ikorodu City, proved stubborn, and they got that 1 point. And for Shooting Stars, it's not looking so good. 3 games, 2 points. That's like 2 over 9. And if you write the test in secondary school and you get 2 over 9,
failure.
Exactly, you feel. But I mean, Yoruba would say "Amati fail," and the downfall of a man is not the end of his life.
But sometimes when people, even when some kids repeat, they feel like they are dead. I mean,
it's just 3 matches.
Most especially about the castigation from home. The canes they will have to face at home. The koboko.
Yeah.
There's koboko, there's cane. There's koboko, there's spankere.
There's why I say.
There's what? Which one you chop?
I chop everything.
Okay. So, but looking at how situation is right now, do you think there can be comeback for the likes of Plateau United, Kun Khalifa, Kano Pillars, Barao?
It's shocking. You get to see teams like Kano Pillars, Plateau United in relegation zone at this point in time. But like I do say, the NPFL is a battle of both halves. There's the first half of the league and there's the second half of the league. Last season, Shooting Stars dominated the first half of the league, but the second stanza, it was a different ballgame entirely. So you expect the likes of Plateau United, Kano Pillars to grow into the season and see what they can do before the season runs out. And for Shooting Stars, I think they need to pick the pieces. Honestly, I saw the second half of the game. They looked a bit positive in the second half. And if the coach Nurudin Aweroro can arrest the situation very, very fast, maybe Shooting Stars should also be amongst the competing teams for the NPFL title or even the Continental ticket at the end of the day. And I feel like it's too early to castigate any team. 3 matches, they've still got 30, 5 more games to play. So come on, anything can still happen.
Okay, so now looking at the message I got here. So, good morning, Opera Stars. Do you know that I'm here to see any difference between Gunners Super Eagles and Shooting Stars. Like they are all on the same.
If you support those three teams, just check your
So guys, Laffy, a Gunners fan, looked at us with bombastic side eye. Okay, we understand.
You know, the funny thing about Arsenal is that when you check out the ladies' version of the Premier League, Arsenal are also second.
Okay.
Yes. They're also second
So
in that version of the league as well.
but at least they've won more trophies than Arsenal.
Yeah, they
male
won
side.
the Champions League last season.
It's just like Super Eagles. You know, when you have the Super Eagles and you have the Super Falcons, you look at the successes. Okay, so but
I don't know if you saw this lady's post over the weekend. Michelle Alozie, you know, when she was giving kudos to the Super Eagles for the victory over Rwanda, she also called fans, you know, to troop out and to also support the Super Falcons. You know, the Gospel Aquabio Stadium was filled to the brim. A lot of people were there to support the Super Eagles, and she saw the stadium. And compared to what happened in Morocco when the Super Falcons were playing their games, the pitch or the stadium was always scanty. So she was calling fans in Nigeria to also show the same support they showed the Super Eagles to the Super Falcons.
I mean, this is not the first time that journalists have also been calling for that.
She was dragged a bit. So
Why? They don't need to drag. I don't
there,
think
there was one particular ex-user who said, when you all, you know, gain the popularity of the players of the Super Eagles, maybe guys would turn up for your games, but now, in the shadows, nobody even know about where you play your club football, and you don't expect them to troop in. And
it is still. I think that particular social media user should be taught lessons.
Yeah, she responded.
And that kind of person should also go back to history. You look at the successes Super
exactly,
Falcons
it was the success
gotten.
she brought up.
Yes, then you look at Super Eagles that is struggling, 3-time African champions, still struggling to qualify.
10-time African champions, the Super Falcons.
Compared to Super Falcons, look at how far these ladies have gone. Asisa Toshola, most mentioned, compared to Nigerian players who are struggling in the English Premier League. Asisa Toshola has played across all leagues.
Yeah.
She has played in Spain, she has played in England.
She just joined Saudi Arabian side.
I don't vex. Make I just. Okay, let me couple myself. All right, now let's go straight to South Africa this morning and let's listen to Eric Shell, who is sounding optimistic ahead of the game today. Same as what Samuel Chukwueze will be bringing to the table. Well, remember, no Victor Osimhen, but Shell is saying no problem.
For sure, Osimhen is a big star. He's a very good player. Like I said, I have a big group too. I have some big player in my head with me, in my side. They are more than player for me. And for sure, I can tell you something. They want to play a great game here, once again. So we don't have the time to say, oh, Victor is not here, or maybe we cried in our room after his injury. So now we are together. We think about our brother, but we have a game tomorrow, and we are together for tomorrow. We are happy to be here in South Africa. I'm just a little surprised because tomorrow we'll play in the rugby stadium, but I think it's a very good stadium. This is a big game for us and for South Africa, so we want to come and to do our best game that we can do. We are focused about only the game. We don't think about, we played 2 days ago. We are focused on our game plan. My players are so motivated about this game, and just only focus and happy to play a game like that. This is the big game, and we know that. So only focus on tomorrow and not what happened yesterday or before yesterday. Just try to go forward.
All right, now going forward, how do you think South Africa can win this game? And how do you think Nigeria can get better they're currently in South Africa and leave South Africa unscotched, come back with 3 points?
Honestly, I'm going to be upfront with you. At this point, it's no longer about the quality of football you play. It's about the 3 points. The end will always justify the means. If Nigeria play good football today and they don't get the maximum points, you will forget about the match.
But it's not about good football.
At this point, honestly, maybe when we want to play the AFCON or the World Cup itself, maybe we can then start dreaming of playing good football. But at this point, it's all about the 3 points. Look at what Rwanda wanted to do against the Super Eagles. They wanted to frustrate us. They actually came with a game plan of getting Victor Osimhen out of the game, and they achieved that. You could see the way Nwabali was reacting because they knew their game plan, and it was also counter doing it to them. So for me at this point, it's not about playing good football anymore. It's about who would win the game, who would get the 3 points. And one thing Nigerians can bank on is that Since 1992, the Super Eagles has been facing South Africa, and they've played 13 competitive matches. Nigeria has won 7, South Africa has won 1, and both sides have drawn 5 times. In fact, the only victory South Africa has over Nigeria was at the Gospel Aquabio Stadium in Uyo. That was where it happened. They've never beaten us on their home turf. So that's a sure banker Nigerians can bank on. That South Africa has never beaten us on their home turf. So maybe we're going to get one time or one more luck today in that game. And at the end of the day, maybe a draw. Honestly, I'm not convinced Super Eagles can win, but the 3 points is all we need.
I mean, looking at a team that is topping the log, the qualifier log, and just allowing a team that is placed forward pick 3 points because they know what a victory today will surely mean. Most especially waiting for that verdict coming from FIFA about the point deduction. Here is Sunday Olise talking about what that sanction would do to South Africa and what it means to Nigeria.
To the best of my knowledge, South Africa is in trouble. The Football Association is responsible for ensuring that only eligible players are fielded. If a team fields an ineligible player and the valid protest is upheld, standard penalties under the FIFA Disciplinary Code, I think that is Article 17 or 19, includes forfeiture of the match. This is what is creating the buzz now. Some might wonder why it has taken so long. It is simply because the process can take weeks to months, as FIFA may request additional information from the associations involved. Simple. That is very clean. Don't worry yourself. The part that concerns Nigerians the most at the moment is notification and implementation. If upheld, FIFA notifies the association of the sanctions, not individuals. No matter.
Okay, so you heard Sunday Olise there.
Yeah.
Let's just wrap it up in 60 seconds.
Just to lay credence to what Sunday Olise said, it happened to Nigeria as well. And wrote the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Shehu Abdullahi was fielded ineligibly, and at the end of the day, 3 points were deducted from the Super Eagles points then, even though we still went on to play the World Cup then, but 3 points were deducted.
Because we had enough points.
I mean, but South Africa don't get enough points at this point. 3-point deduction from South Africa's 16 points would throw the group very much open, and a victory for Nigeria today makes it more interesting. All
right, Super Eagles, go win your game today, and for South Africa, get your job done. Let's see how. The story will be saying tomorrow. The analysis will be having tomorrow.
Now you go there.
Okay, don't worry. I can do it. We can do virtual call. You understand?
I know they enjoy it tomorrow.
I hope you won't have a flat battery.
If the Super Eagles win, you can call me. But if they don't, we no call you.
No, the show will not be sweet. All right, but let's look at games going down today. 2 p.m. We have Kenya taking on Seychelles as Namibia will be up against the Sao Tome and Principe. Same 2 p.m. Ethiopia battles Sierra Leone. Tanzania hosts Niger Republic as Zimbabwe will be up against Rwanda. Burkina Faso will be up against Egypt by 5 p.m. as former African champions. Cameroon will be up against Cape Verde. DR Congo battles Senegal at South Africa. Nigeria's game is by 5 o'clock in Bloemfontein. Same time, Togo is battling Sudan. 8 p.m. Angola will be up against Mauritius. Lesotho travels to play Benin Republic. Gabon hosts Elephants of Ivory Coast. Gambia will be up against Burundi. And Mauritania will take on South Sudan. Let's move away from Africa. Now let's talk about what is going down on the other side, where England will be in action today against Serbia. A lot has been attached to that particular game. Players' fitness, talking about likely suspension on normal, reducing the number of fans that will be in that game due to likely racial abuse, and looking at what has happened between Serbia and England. But here is Thomas Tuchel, coach of England, speaking ahead of the game.
In terms of performance, I have to say not too many, maybe slight adjustments, because I have to say, can just repeat myself, we had an excellent camp and everyone deserves to play, everyone deserves some minutes. The players are not yet in a rhythm where it's normal also to play 90 minutes every 3 days, so we take this into account. Like we said, we do last decisions for changes and for the lineup tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. Everyone is available, so it will be narrow decisions, but it's a good sign.
All right, well, Thomas Tuchel there, and looking at the form of the team, Harry Kane is one of the, is in the best form of his life.
Yeah.
But playing against Serbia, the team has been struggling. I mean, England has been struggling. That's why getting results. They're not really getting that free flow football.
Exactly. The chemistry is not yet there. But I feel like Thomas Tuchel has not had a big test yet. In almost a year now, he's just taking charge of maybe 5 games with the Three Lions of England. So maybe today will be the true test against Serbia, one of the powerhouses in European football. And like I said, there is a history behind this fixture. Serbia and England, they are always at loggerheads. Serbia has won some games. England has also won some games. So I think tonight that can be the true test in terms of testing what Thomas Tuchel can do for the Three Lions. By the end of the day, still expect England to be at the next edition of the World Cup.
All right, now talking about in the English Premier League, one man already fired after just how many matches? That is a man who once managed Tottenham Hotspur. And look at the statements he has been making in the news since the season started in the transfer window, saying that the relationship, the team has wasted a lot of time not signing players. But Nuno Espirito Santo has been shown the exit door.
Well, I remember we had this conversation. Who would be the first manager to
true.
get the axe this season? There were names like Ruben Amorim, Graham Potter as well. By the end of the day, it's this man, Nuno Espirito Santo. I feel like he was not sacked based on footballing reasons, honestly, because the season just started. It's not like he has not been getting the result. He's not even in the relegation zone. But the reason he might have been sacked would be the relationship he has with the owner of the club. Last season, they had a back and forth pitch side after a game. I think that was due to Taiwo Awoniyi. Then after that, this man has always been vocal about the way the club is being run, not giving them the necessary, arsenal, the players they are getting, all of those things. So when you, face your owner or the person who employs you in the press, when you're talking about that person in the press, you do expect the person to want to leave you in the club. So that was why he get the axe. Based on his performance, he has not done badly, for Nottingham Forest. He survived the 2023-2024 season despite the 4-point deduction. Not just that, he won 3 Manager of the Month awards in the Premier League and also achieved the club's highest finish in 30 years. Got to the semi-final of the FA Cup, qualified for Europe last season. So all of these things are enough reason to leave him, but because of that relationship that has gone so hard, that was why he got the axe.
Okay, we don't want to get axed on the show this morning. You just have to leave. But hey, let's quickly check some messages on the Facebook fan page this morning. Honey Drop, the feminist, is saying another day for betting companies to receive their daily bread.
Can you imagine?
If you go to okay, so watching you from Lagos, Ikeja, and David Kuti has got a long message here.
Yeah, he says, good morning, Young Striker 9 and Ganzi. It's such a palatable position. It's such a pitiable position, no vex, David Kuti, when we don't do our homework right and we begin to think and worry our heads with permutations and combinations. Then he said, I cannot imagine us not being in the next edition of the World Cup back-to-back. And he said if Nigeria qualifies, at least it will open up quite a number of opportunities for so many Nigerian journalists to be there, even reporting on how our team is faring. And I think that's spot on, yeah. A lot of Nigerian journalists would have the chance to be there to cover the Super Eagles game. And Chola Oshunari says, good morning, watching from Oyo up in Tamiland. And he wanted to say South Africa all the way tonight. No choice. Coming from a Nigerian.
Okay, is it based on odds or based on what you have seen? But we'll be here tomorrow morning. I will be here tomorrow morning on the Kickoff Sports Show.
I might join virtually or not, depending on the result of the Super Eagles.
You are at the end of programs. Ganzi must be here either virtually or physically.
Tomorrow is my off day.
All right, looking at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers in the next few seconds. Adidamala Lafenwa will be here on From the Dailies. My name is Oladapo Kunubi.
And my name is Omoni Alade. The show returns 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Ooh.